and welcome to Becky's House Sewing. I am Becky and I am in my sewing room, which is in my house of sewing. So if this is your first time, thank you very much for showing up. This is a channel where I talk about all things thread and needle, mostly cross stitch and quilting, but other things can pop up. You never know. So welcome. I have just looked up, I think yesterday or the day before, I have 90 subscribers. And some of those people I only know through YouTube. That's right, people. I'm entertaining tens of people. And I am excited that I am close to 100. So I wanted to announce today that if I get, when I get to 100, the following Flosstube, I can offer a giveaway. And I'm selling project bags. I have vinyl versions and non-vinyl versions. I'm not selling virgins, I promise. I am selling them for $50, but since you are my friends on Flosstube, if you'll reach out to me either through my Instagram, which is Becky's House of Sewing, or through a comment here with your email address, I'd be happy to give you $10 off. And that's inclusive of shipping and handling. So if you would like to buy one, I'm happy to give you a little discount of $10. And when we get to 100, I will give one away, and it will be your choice to vinyl or not to vinyl. That is your big decision. So, and of course, it's open to the world. I don't think I have overseas viewers. I might. Who knows? The world is my oyster, really. Right? Right? Okay. So today, I have fun things to talk about with my stitching. I have a new start. I have progress on my WIP, my BAP to school project. I have progress on my halo quilt, which is up there. You guys can't quite see it. See, I'm going to wiggle the camera so you can kind of see it there. I have a couple of squares that are like half done, so I can show you those. And then I have a fully finished object. Ron, do you remember what that is? An FFO. So I had something returned back to me fully finished. So I did a little unboxing video of Past Becky. So Past Becky will jump into the scene and show you that somewhere along the line. And so that's exciting and it's very pretty. So let's get to it. Where do we want to start? Okay, so I've been being a good girl and trying to bring my lunches to work to fulfill a couple of different things. The first is I don't feel good when I always eat out. So trying to feel better, trying to save a little dough because it certainly is cheaper to bring your own lunch. But then I would have like a little extra time on my hands to, dream about stitching. I was like, I could be stitching right now. I could be stitching. So I decided to kit something up that I could take to work or stitch on my break. And it needed to be small and mostly uncomplicated. So, because I have a big, like a travel laptop bag that's already really heavy and really full. So I didn't really have a ton of room to add to things. So I had this little guy here, which you may have remembered from another, let's see, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I made this cute little bag myself. Yes, I made it. And this little guy here holds, is only 4 colors, and they're all DMC, the called for DMCs. And it is this design. So it's a little Quaker sampler. Get real close to it so you can see. And this is called Square Quaker, designed by Marjorie Massey. And I don't know when this came out. Let's see if I can hunt that up. I think it came out in 2019 because she does, there's another Quaker sampler that I can't show you because it's just the chart. And it has 2019 on it, but it has 2020 and 2021 on as alternative numbers to put in there. Little did she know I wasn't going to even do it till 2023. So I got started on that, and let me show you. So here, let's see if I can. Hold please. This bag is like barely the right size. I probably could do make another one that's just a little taller. But again, I don't want to really take up more room in my bag. Get this arranged prettily. So that's kind of my start there. I started a center start, and then I worked my way down. And that's really only a couple threads, but that's all I really have time for. So that's good. This design, I already said I'm using the called for DMCs, and I am stitching it on platinum colored Zweigart 40 count. 1 thread over 2. Voila. I kind of want to just toss this. Not because I want to be careless or frivolous, but because my entire floor is taking up that quilt. And I like literally can't move my rolling chair right now. But c'est la vie. Alright, so my whip, which I have been ridiculously addicted to, I've made some progress. I house it in this big bag. This is one of my bigger ones because it's a Baptist school. And my mom always told me to get the big ones. Is this bad boy? A peacock, a unicorn, a badger. Do. So here, this whole thing is full coverage. It's like 26 pages. And only like 2 or 3 of them is just like one row. You know how sometimes when you're doing multiple pages, you only get a couple rows on the final pages. So I've determined that it's probably 6 pages across, and I'm right here in the center. Very exciting. Now I don't have the all the background color filled in, but that's okay. I've got all the motifs done for the first one and the second one. Some of them I dropped down and worked on like the next page just because it made sense. Like I worked on this flower last, and there was like 1 row of the flower that was on the next page, so I pulled that out. And you might notice this came in a booklet, and I took it apart and I cut it all out. And the reason why I did that is because I now pretty much use GoodNotes exclusively for my patterns. Couple reasons. The first reason is Nicole of Nicole Needleworks told me to. Check. The second one is that when you put GoodNotes on, like I have my iPad, I have my phone, it updates on all the devices. So it's like working from the cloud. So no matter where I'm traveling or where I'm stitching, I can always have the pattern, and being able to pinch it open to make it bigger and really see where I'm at is super helpful. I had started this pattern by just taking photos of the pattern in the booklet, and because of where the curve of the book was, like some of the pictures were a little distorted. So I took them apart and had my husband send me a ginormous PDF because he has a quick scanner and he likes to be helpful. So I said, honey, can you scan all these, please? And put them in one PDF. And of course, it's like way better. And I've been making a lot of progress and it feels good. So without further ado, again, I am just about halfway. There's one motif that I haven't started on this section. And the other ones I've completed the outlines of, but not fully filled in. So let me just get in, let you look at that a little bit. So I was just at my stitching group today and got some of the green filled in over here. So that was fun. And I finished this yellow flower. I was determined. It took me a couple days to do. So I have this bird outlined. I just need to get him filled in. I have some of the clouds to fill in. This little flower is halfway, I guess 3/4 filled in. I need to fill in the branch. And then there's one, I believe the flower is over here. And I think that's all I have left other than the background, which I'm kind of leaving. I am a lucky girl. I have 2 cross-stitch groups that meet regularly. Wednesday Stitchers, which is my group that I have with my mom and her friends, and me and my friends and their friends and family involved. And so I work on that again because I don't need to look at a pattern. I can just kind of go to town on the back. And for the background, I've been stitching in hand, not using a hoop, so that I could do the sewing method, which makes it a little bit faster. And then every other Sunday, I tend to meet, and sometimes we're loosey-goosey, but I meet with another group at a Starbucks, and so I was able to do the fill-in there as well. So it's nice to have a project that you can chat and talk while doing your sewing, because if you have to look at a pattern and concentrate, mistakes happen. But I'm a lucky girl because we met today at the Starbucks, and one of the gals was cleaning out her stuff and brought charts to give away. So it's like shopping for free. So let me show you some of the things I got. This is Stacy Nash. Percy the slug. And the lady who brought this, she had already done it, and he's adorable. And I've seen the finished piece, and he is adorable. I've been dying to do a block, and this is the Cricket Collection, Edge of the Woods. The pattern is not, like, in my eyes, it's not to die for. It's cute. It's not to die for. But the reason why I got it is, oh, got all those stuffs. Hello. Kind of had to have it. And then this one I can't show you because the chart is the picture, but it's just a little flower. And then I got these little 3 cards, which likely could be part of a set. I don't know if I have all of them, but little octopi, little sea ship, and then this guy. And these are all like 51 by 51, so they're kind of small. There's a lot of stitching in it though. It's nearly full coverage. Then I got this guy here. I've always liked that one. And this is cute. My quilter heart needed this guy. Let's see, the lighting kind of got weird. I hadn't heard of this pattern company before, Blue de Chain. Let's pretend that's what that says. And then another one of my friends was lucky enough to go to the British weekend. stitching weekend, just last weekend, and she brought home this book and she let me borrow it right away. I don't know when I'll get to it, but hello. Look at that biscornu. Look at that block. There's another one in here. See if I can find it. I don't think it's pictured here, but look at this. Look how cool that is. So I've been kind of thinking I want another single color chart, and this might actually be really cool to do in black, because that November black sew along I think is happening again this year. Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery usually does it, so I think some of these would look cool in black, so I might do that. And that, I thought also that might be a fun thing to do after my Quaker sampler for work. That might be a fun smaller stitch. The other thing I just bought was this tablecloth. Let me just get it out of the... part of my Halo class was to cut up an outdoor tablecloth that has felt on the back. And I hope this has felt on the back because it was all packaged up. I couldn't really tell. I went to the Family Dollar store and got this. Yeah, it is. So it has the little felt on the back. So you can cut this up and use it as kind of project boards. And that's really helpful when you're doing the Halo quilt. And let me show you. I have 2 blocks that are halfway done right now. So I have the centers done. I don't have the pie-shaped circles yet. I have them laid out, but I don't have them sewn yet. Let's see if I can do this. So these are those squares. That's my first one there. And fold that up. And the teacher gave us, you know, she found her own and gave us some. Here's the other one. I need to glue base those circles together and get them sewn and get that block done, and then I'll have a good start on my next row. And then I have fabric all over the floor, and I have really great fabric. Not only stuff that's been given to me by my mom. This is Liberty of London by Riley Blake. I've got old stuff from my mom. I found more stuff that I've just collected. Got some reds. Got another black that I can get in there. Some nice, you know, low volume prints. So there's some more things I found that I want to get cut up as well. So that is kind of my haul and what I'm working on. I'm talking really quick because I was really excited about all this stuff. I've had a really good good week as far as stitching goes, and I've noticed a difference. Being able to stitch at work really is a nice stress reliever, so that's very cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave you, but past Becky will come and show you her FFO because it's beautiful. And then, like I said, next time I meet, hopefully we get 10 more friends to join us and subscribe to the channel. I will do a giveaway at that time, and please feel free to message me on Instagram at Becky's House of Sewing, or leave me a comment on a way to get a hold of you in this video below if you're interested in buying a project bag and not wait for the giveaway, or possibly win the giveaway and buy one. Crazy. And I'd be happy to give you a $10 discount on that. So y'all get to stitching. Have a great week, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Past Becky. It is Tuesday, October 3rd, if you believe it or not. And It's about 8:30 at night. I've just gotten home from work. My husband has signed for this package from Total Framing. I was trying to look back in my text messages with Total Framing to see how long they've had us, and I can't remember. I'd have to look back on my videos to see when I actually sent it off to them, but I thought it'd be fun to see me open it. Who knows, I might not like this. They Total Framing is in Fairfax, Virginia, and I heard from them from Brenda and the Serial Starter. I used to live in the DC area, so I was like, hey, I know where that area is. And I felt confident that if Brenda was recommending it, they would be good. And I've gotten one other thing framed there. I believe it's the cover photo on my channel. It's, oh no, I'm not going to remember her name. Mariah Blackburn, I believe. I did several of her, I've done 2 of her samplers, and they're, she's from England, I believe. So the sampler that I did was my pandemic project, and it is, there is a season to everything. There is a season and a time. I'll bring it down again and maybe show it in my normal Flosstube, so you may have already seen it. But if you remember on that one, and you may not remember, I've gotten some new subscribers since then. When I started my pandemic project, I'd gotten the fabric and I kitted it up in the pattern from a cross-stitch store in Memphis. When I was helping opening the container store in the Memphis area. Yeah, in the Memphis area. And, oh, so, I guess I'm not really showing you. This stuff was all on top. That's boring. This is what it looks like at this stage. Nicely packaged. So, the moral of the story is that, my first thing I sent to them is actually on 2 pieces of fabric, because I started that sampler too high up, and by the time I realized it, I was too far along to start over. So I just got another piece of fabric from my local cross-stitch store, which is no more. We miss it so. And so that's a story. So here is how it's looking at this stage. This is what was there, and so took it out. This is how I wrap it up, all nice and neat. I did get museum glass on this, which is the more expensive glass, but I like that it doesn't glare. So when I show my friends and family, it doesn't give that same reflection, but it still gives you the same amount of protection from UV rays. When I want it, oh my gosh, now I'm all over the place. I'm just giddy with excitement. If you don't know me well, because, you know, I don't have a wide audience, but a lot of my audience is friends and family, which I love and appreciate. I love opening packages. I think that's why I like Amazon so much, because they come to my house regularly. I get to open packages. It's so fun. When I was texting Total Frame about the, so this is where I'm at. So I haven't seen it. I'm going to stop right here and tell you this story. When they get to you, which was a very long wait, worth it. And, you know, it helps you save up if it's off to the framer and it's just waiting in line. At one point, I checked on it like twice. And the second time I checked on it, they're like, you're 132 in line. I'm like, copy that. Take your time. I'm not asking to hurry up. I just kind of wanted to know where it was and if it was okay. They send you a kind of a layout, a schematic with like 3 or 4, actually there were more than that, like 5 or 6 different frame types. And I really wanted a chunky black frame. I was hoping that it could stand up on its own. I'm saying hoping because I already know it's likely not going to be able to stand up on its own. I didn't love any of the choices that they sent me the first time. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but try again. I liked several of the second round, oddly enough, and my mother can back me up on this. I rarely like the least expensive thing. And this one was the least expensive of the round. So I even texted him like, I am shocked that I like this, but it's the least expensive one. I'm going to take that. And looking back at it, when they told me it was ready, look at Mia, so excited too. Like, Mia. Mia, are you so excited? Mia. When they texted me and said like it's ready to go out, it's all packed up and ready to come home, I was re-looking back at the photos, and I think some of the photos, I might have made a different choice in person because the photos looked like the light was hitting them in a different way, and the way I first saw it, I thought it was kind of a white or antique to it, but I think it was really just the shine. So I'm really hoping that I like this. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to show the screen. I'm just going to lift it up. What do you think? Ooh, I like it. I'm not unhappy at all. Oh, sorry, you're going to see my light there. I just want to show you the top part. My Dazor lamp. That Dazor lamp. My mom can comment on how long she's had it. I believe it since the dawn of time. I think it's one of the first lamps I ever bought for cross-stitching and crafting. Look how pretty. So, it's actually more reflective than I thought, but I think you can see, like, it is really clear. My stitching is really showing through. Well, I'm a happy girl. Let me show you the side here. So, the side is nice and thick. It might be able to stand up a little bit. Yeah, it can. I'm hands-free. It's on my lap, but oh, how lovely. Close up of my frame again. I like that little detail. I actually think I would have liked to have it a little bit closer to the frame, but to the black line stitching, but I don't hate it. Look at that Quaker. And Belle, home at last. Alright guys, back to regular scheduling programming, or have a great evening. Who knows? But let's go stitch, shall we? Hey, it's Becky again. I forgot to suggest something. So if you are in the state of North Carolina, like I am, or if you're very close to it, because in the Charlotte area you're close to the southern border, so we've snuck a couple of South Carolina people in. There's a new Facebook group called the Tar Heel State Stitchers. I'm saying that with a lot of confidence. And they've been very active, and it's been a fun group to get into. Lots of kudos to the 2 ladies who are admins of it. They are really great at posting prompts to get conversations going and sharing of progress on projects and finished objects and things like that. So if you are interested and you would like a Stitchy group to connect with some local stitchers, that it's also a great way to find posts about stitching meetups that are near you. So highly recommend. I give it 5 stars. But please come join us because everyone needs stitchy friends. Talk to you later. Bye.